So today we are looking at the rlxos 2.0. The codename is Sankalpa. So rlxos is an independent Linux distribution which runs on an immutable file system and features the XFCE desktop. So you get the XFCE desktop environment in this Linux distribution, and the project features the DistroBox container manager to facilitate running software from multiple other distributions. It also includes support for like a Flatpak and includes the Bolt AI assistant. So this is some information of the rlxos. So there is no live boot or anything. You just need to install on the hard drive or the virtual disk. In my case, I'm running it on the virtual machine, so which is a VMware. So I have like a 8 GB of RAM. My CPU is i5 1240p, and also for the virtual disk, I am using 60 GB of virtual disk. So I'm going to install this Linux distribution. So let me click on the next. So here you can see in the background. So when I click cancel, it's going to open again the installer or the welcome screen like this. So you need to install it. So it's an independent Linux distribution. So I'm just going to click on next. So we are going to install. So here you have the select storage device. So here is the right, clean install, select partition and the manual partition. So I'm going to keep everything default and I'm going to install. So click on next, clean install, mode installer. So we can't change anything here. Installation method, clean install, system type boot legacy, bootloader device, storage device. So I'm just going to click apply, and we are going to wait for a few seconds or a few minutes maybe to install this rlxos 2.0. The codename is Sankalpa. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to continue the video after it's installed. So here it says as success. So I'm just going to close. I think it's going to restart now. So let's wait for a few seconds and let's see what happens. So here is the rlxos new Linux OS 3. So I just clicked enter, and let's wait for a few seconds or maybe a minute. So here you can see it says we need to provide an account, I guess. So username and password, login without the password. You can choose whatever you want here. So I didn't set up anything, but let's try it. Use username, use same password for super user, login without password. So I'm going to provide the username, unboxing, and for the password, I'm choosing 123456. Here is the password. Click next. So select your location or the local time zone. So I'm choosing the Los Angeles. Use the UTS coordinated time. So you can choose the zone, I think. So I'm just going to keep the default things and click on next. And it says mode first boot, username runboxing, time zone UTC, auto login true, updated, root password true. So I'm just going to click apply. So it's setting everything. So it says success. I'm just going to, I hope we get the desktop environment right now, or we can use all those things. So here you have the session, which is XFCE session, accessibility, the date and time. So I'm going to type in the password 123456, login. So let's wait. So here you can see everything is pretty much loading right now. So it's a 2.0 version, or the latest version of rlxos. So here you can take the tour to learn your way around and discover essential features. So I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to open the system monitor. So I'm not going to even touch the display settings. Let me first go to the system monitor or the task manager. So it's XFCE, so you should be seeing the task manager. And it's consuming like a CPU around like a 20-25%, under 20%. And memory is almost like a 940 MB. So here we have all the resources or the process running right now. So I'm going to now keep it on the right side corner and I'm going to change the display settings. So the version you get is 1.5.7. So let's first change the display settings. So it kind of looks like a smooth experience, and also the animation and everything is properly done. So let's see how it performs throughout the video. So keep an eye on the CPU and RAM, and also you need to understand some basic things about the virtual machines. So there will be like a bit of more resource consuming in the virtual machines, because it's going to be running on the live boot and also on the RAM. So it's going to consume a bit RAM and also the bit CPU here. So the difference on the bare metal and also the difference on the virtual machines will be a bit different, and also the animations and also the user experience will be also better on the bare metal. So you need to understand these basic things. So in the virtual machines there will be like some hiccups here and there. So it's not usual, but there will be some cases, or in some Linux distros there will be some issues like hiccups here and there. So there will be some not so smooth experience. So you need to understand these basic things or the common things. When you install it on the bare metal, it's going to be performing way better. And also about the RAM and CPU consumption, there will be a bit less consumption in the bare metal when compared to the virtual machines. So these are all the basic things you need to understand before going to the video. So here is the welcome screen. Welcome to the rlxos. Click next. And here you can customize your look. Choose your theme. You can choose the dark theme, and also I think this is like a adjust display scale. I'm just going to keep the default. Get your favorite apps here. You can browse the apps by clicking here. It's going to start. I think it's going to open like a store or something like that. So here is our software manager or the software store. And when you click on next, here you should be seeing help and support. You can click on open support. I think it's going to pop up the Firefox web browser, I guess. So here it is. So Firefox. So it's going to take us to their official website or GitHub, something like that. So when you click on next, it says you are all set. So I'm just going to click on finish. And in the background, the apps are still running. So I'm just going to open the browser and let's go to the official website. I already said it's based on independent. It's an independent Linux distribution. So let me go to their official website and get all the information. So here is the forum or the discussion or the support, whatever you call it. Here it is. So I'm just going to close everything and I'm going to show you the version we are using right now. So about the Firefox, we are using the 124.0.2. So the latest version is like a 130, and also 131 beta is also available. So I'm going to type in like about support. Hit enter to get some browser and also the distro information. The version is right here. The browser name is Firefox. You already know, build ID. And the kernel version, we have the stable version, which is 6.10.3. So let me show you the latest release version of Linux kernel. You just need to type in Linux kernel. So the latest version available right now is 6.10.8. So I'm using a VPN, so there will be some language changes here. So here you can see the stable or the version available right now is 6.10.8, the stable version. The long-term version, you should be seeing 6.6, 6.1, and also these are all the long-term versions with the dates. So the RC6 or the release candidate 6 version 6.11. If you want the specific information of that specific kernel, you can scroll it down and you should be finding all the information here. So here you can find all those things. So that was the Linux kernel version. So let me go through some other things. So our OS theme is Cheese Light. So it's XFCE, but it looks pretty much awesome in my point of view. So I don't know how it's going to perform, and I don't know anything about the rlxos because I think this is my first video, or maybe it's the second video. I don't remember, because I will be posting 2 videos daily. It's pretty much very hard to remember anything. And also I covered like 3,000 videos of Linux distros. It's pretty much impossible to remember anything. So I'm just going to scroll it down, and if you find the another video or the RLX version 1.0, you can watch those videos in my channel. So I pretty much covered every Linux distro, so I think I already made that video also. So here is all the information. When you scroll it down, you should be also seeing the memory size, which is 7.7 GB. So I'm already mentioned that I am using 8 GB of RAM. My CPU is i5 1240p with 60 GB of virtual disk. So here is the 7.7 GB available. Disk space available is 50.5. So when you scroll it down, you should be seeing all the additional information. For example, like this one. So just pause the video and read some information if you find here. So I'm just going to go through some important information. I'm not going to go through all those things because it's going to make a video lengthy. So the window protocol is X11. The XFCE is the desktop environment. Here is the driver version, Mesa. And also this is my display resolution or the monitor size. So here are some of the information. If you want, you can pause the video and read everything. So let's go to the official website. So just type in like this and the website will be right here, which is rlxos.dev. So here you should be seeing every information. Here you already have the pop-up like rlxos 2.0 Sankalpa. So this is the version I'm right now using. So when you go to the blog, so before going to the blog, let me show you some important informations here. So an independent, safely mutable and privacy oriented open source operating system. So if you want some additional information, you can get some information here like a open source, modern technology, privacy oriented. So here are some key features like a independent, secure, extensions, user friendly, light, rolling. And also when you scroll it down, you should be seeing some other things. Easy to use, so easy to maintain, safe and secure. So here you got all the information. Let's go to the blog. I hope there is some information about this version, Sankalpa. So here you can see the inside rlxos 2.0 source code part 2. Here is the part 1 if you want to go through all those things. Here is the release note or the information of the rlxos 2.0. This is the code name, which is Sankalpa. So when you scroll it down, here you should be seeing the contents of the information like the future of building, improved and all those things. Let's go through all those things here. So ignite the future of building rlxos, some information here, and improved. The main things I'm going to show you is improved UI or UX, look and feel better. It's going to be working properly. So in my point of view, it's working flawless. So this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. So I'm going to tell everything which I feel in this video. So I'm going to be honest in every of my videos. So I'm going to tell it. So the look and feel, it's pretty much awesome. So I don't feel like I'm using XFCE. So it's like a modern XFCE, like a glassy thing is in my PC. It looking like a glossy and it has like a nice finish. So that's a good thing here. So updated default theme and new fonts. So here you can see the fonts. So it's pretty much sharpened. So it looks pretty much awesome for me. So by look wise, it's pretty much good work done. And also updated default themes and new fonts. If you want, you can go through all the information here. Better spacing and transparency. You also switch it to feeder code. So let's scroll it down. Easier app navigation. Let me check it. So everything looks awesome. So it's a XFCE desktop environment. Most of us love XFCE desktop environment, and with this type of customization, it's pretty much good. So if it consumes less resources, that would be a best Linux distribution. And also never go with any of the video and try to install any Linux distros. Always do your own research and find if any other Linux user has already used this distribution or the YouTuber used it. So you need to find all those and you do your own research, and if you're satisfied, then go with the installation, or else just stick with the Linux distributions which are well known. So don't just blindly watch my video and try to install anything. Not my video, not any of the YouTubers. Always do your own research and try to get all the information on your own. And if you're satisfied with the distribution, then go with to install with on the main PC or work PC. So about the system requirements, I don't have any information, but let's find after going through all those things. So easier app navigation, auto suggestion will default shell. So when you're going to type in commands, it's going to autofill, so that's a good thing here. Software management made simple, which I already opened the application or the software store here. So it also looks pretty much good. So we already have up to date because this is the latest ISO file. So 46.2, the corners and some things here looks pretty much awesome. By look wise, I will give it this as full marks for this because it looks pretty much awesome, even if it's like a XFC customized. So everything looks good. So there is like a minor hiccups here and there. I already mentioned there will be some hiccups here and there in the virtual machines. So if you install it on the bare metal, I don't know how it performs. If it performs flawlessly, then it will be a good Linux distribution in my point of view. I don't know how it's going to be for you. So here is other information like a Sysroot, your new system management tool, switch update channels, add extensions, QEMU. So let's scroll it down. Small but important improvements, faster setup, welcome app, uniform looks, CA certificate fix. And when you go down, you should be seeing also known issues. So here are all the known issues. So here you should be, if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe, or else just close it and get all the information. rlxos 2.0 is built with determination to provide a better, safer. So these are some things. Don't just believe anything, just do your own research, and if it's satisfied your thoughts, and if it satisfies your needs, then go with the installation, or else just skip this Linux distribution and find a well-known Linux distribution. So that's a tip from my channel always. So only if it satisfied your opinion, and if it's satisfied your if it's good for you, then go with the Linux distribution. If it's anything like if you have like any suspicious things happening, just throw the Linux distribution and go with the another Linux distributions, because we have a lot of Linux distributions available in the Linux market. You don't need to go with some random Linux distributions, because there are already a well-known distributions from decades, so you can go with those distributions. But if you are a distro hopper, or if you are a Linux tester, this Linux distro you need to test it on your own because it looks pretty much awesome. But if you are a normal user, do your research and always go with a well-known distribution, and also go with people's choice Linux distributions, and always find the main things that whether the Linux distribution is stable and also it has a good support, like a 3-4 years of support. Then go with those type of Linux distributions if you are a normal user. But if you're a distro hopper, or if you're a Linux tester, here is a new Linux distribution to try. So when you click on the downloads, you can download the ISO file. Let's go to the home page and let's find the download. So there was already download ISO file in the bottom. So I think that's how you download the ISO file. So let's go to the 2.0, scroll it down, and here you can click on the download. So here it says downloads. So here you should be seeing two options, which is stable and unstable. So just you can also go with the installation guide here. So I kept everything default, I didn't touch anything, I just kept everything default and installed. So here is some of the information. So in order to install, so I'm just going to close everything. I'm going to go with the downloads with the stable ISO file. It's going to take you to the SourceForge website. So I'm just going to remove everything. So here is our ISO file. So ISO file is pretty much downloading in the background. It says rlxos stable installer.iso. So there is no 2.0 or something here. So when you go to the SourceForge, you can go to the releases. You can find the stable, unstable, and I think it's deprecated. Go with the stable because there is a lot of downloads here, and also I am trying the stable version. So here is the file. In order to go to the, if you don't want to go here and download, you can just go to the SourceForge, type in like a sourceforge.net and type in like a rlxos, and you should be finding the project here. Just click on the link, and here you should be seeing the information. Go with the files, releases, and here are the ISO files. Go with the always, if you're a normal user, go with always the stable ISO files. click download and the download will be starting. So that was some of the information here. So let's find every information on our own. So let me open the terminal. Also terminal has also the good animations and also the design. So let me keep the terminal smaller so you can see the changes throughout the video in the task manager, because that's the main objective of my channel. I am going to always show you the task manager or the system monitor throughout the video, so you can judge everything on your own instead of my words. So it's going to perform like this, whether it's a smooth experience or maybe like bugs or anything, it's going to be performing in my PC like that. So you should be seeing some difference on your PC because of the different hardware specs. And also I'll be trying on the most of the time on the virtual machine, so that's also an additional thing. When you install it on the bare metal, it should be working pretty much awesome sometimes. So here is the version of the XFCE. So let's try the NeoFetch. So command not found, INXI, also command not found, uname-a, uname-r. So here is the kernel which I already mentioned about, already shown you. So let me close everything. So we got here some information, so I'm just going to close everything and let's go with all the applications. Let's see what applications you get pre-installed here. So about the XFCE, let's open the XFCE. So here you should be seeing 64-bit. The XFCE version is 4.18, GTK version is 3.24.43. So here is some of the information. Let's close it. And about the pre-installed applications, you get this many applications in the rlxos. You can even change the appearance. So here are some themes like arches. Here is the dark version, light version. You can change according to your wish. Here are the icons. You can change to Tela Dark. And about the fonts, here are the font settings, date and time, audio mixer. If you want to customize, you can change your customization here. So do according to your wish. And here is the panel. The version is 4.18.6. Here is the properties. You can add the panel and you can change the panel preference, appearance, items, about the desktop backgrounds or the desktop settings. So there is already a good wallpaper with the default, so you don't get any other wallpapers here. So you basically get the same wallpaper, so that's the okay. It also has so it has the mountain wallpaper on the default. The color selection is also awesome. So here is the menu, icons, and let's go to the App Store. If you want to install anything, you can install. So here is the installed. Let's check the version about the software, 46.2. You can change the preference by going here on the preference. You can customize according to your wish. And under the updates, there is nothing. Under the install, nothing. Under explore, you can install anything if you want. Let's search the Thunderbird. Let's see how much of time it's going to consume. So it was instantly searched. FlatHub, if you want to install, you can install. Here are the screenshots. Here is the version. Let me close it. Here is like a search bar or the application finder. You can search anything like for example Firefox. So it's going to show you instantly. Here is a bulk rename, mouse and touchpad. Let's launch it. So here you can customize your mouse. So here are the workspace. You can switch to your workspace. And applications, about the bloatware, you don't get any bloatware applications. You basically get the XFCE desktop environment. So that's a good thing. So I can't do any stress test here. because there is no like a game blender or anything, so you don't get any bloatware, so that's a good thing. But I'm going to do a stress test by opening some applications. So as you can see, there is like a hiccups here and there, and there was like a minor lag also. So you should be not seeing these things on the bare metal sometimes, and also maybe sometimes you should be also seeing those things. It all depends on you when you install it on the bare metal, or else you can try it in the live boot or in the virtual machines. So these are some other cases. You need to try it on your own and decide whether to use it or not. So about the rlxos, I don't really have any information other than the website. So I never tried or anything like that. Maybe one time, I don't really remember. You can search it in my channel if you want. But this is the 2.0 version, and you need to do your own research if you want to try it. If you're a normal user, it's better to do your own research if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you just need to skip this Linux distribution and go with some other Linux distribution. And also the Linux Mint 22 Vilma is already available, so it has like a few years of support. If you want to check that out, you can check it out if you like the Linux Mint, or else you can check other distributions like Ubuntu, MX Linux. There are a lot of Linux distributions, and also they are well known. So if you want, you can go through those Linux distributions, or else you can try this Linux distribution and do your own research. Don't blindly go with my video and try to install it, because it's your PC. You need to be responsible for those things. So let's open some applications and see whether this distro is can handle like a day-to-day task. Let me open some random applications. So as you can see, there is like a hiccups here and there, so it's not a smooth experience on the virtual machine. So this is how it's performing, even if I have like a latest hardware specs, because of the virtual machines. We can't blame on any Linux distributions, because it's the case you should understand, because this happens when you run it on the virtual machines. So here we opened already like a 3-4 applications. Let's find any other applications. So there are no like heavy resource consuming applications, so we are going to open whatever the applications are available. Let's try to switch the applications to see whether there is like any lag or anything. While switching the applications, you can see there is no lag and any delay like that, so that's a good thing. But when you move the applications, there are like hiccups here and there. And also while opening the app menu or the app grid, there is like a minor hiccups here and there. So at the end of the video, these are all the resources, because I want to end the video. So I already posted another video in the like 4 or 5 hours ago, so it's already available in the YouTube. If you want to check that out, there is already video which is of the Alive Linux 3.8.44 beta. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. So these are all the resources. Right now it's consuming like around 30-40% of the CPU, and about the RAM, it's consuming like a 1.5 GB. So when you run it on the bare metal, when you install it on the bare metal, the resources will be a bit lesser. It will be like a 1.1 GB or 1.2 GB in the RAM, and about the CPU, it will be like a 5-6%, like a 10% maximum. That will be a difference. So you don't see a major difference, but you should be seeing a smooth experience and also a less resource consuming. So that things happens in the bare metal. So I'm just going to see the versions of the applications, and I'm going to end the video. So here is the version which I already mentioned in the beginning. Let's close it. Here is the window manager tweaks. If you want to customize, you can customize. Errol media player, which is from the XFCE 4.18.1, and file manager, which I already showed you. Sooner you get the 4.18.0, and here is the note taking app. So at the end of the video, these are all the resources, and this is how it performs on my PC. So if you want to try it, do your research and try it. If you're going to try it in the virtual machines or in the live boot, there is no live boot, so you can try it on the virtual machines if you want, or else you can install it on your main PC or work PC. And always do your research before installing anything. So I think that's the end of the video, I think. And I'm going to show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. So I already showed you the login screen. So I'm going to show it again and I'm going to end the video. I don't want to save anything here. So let's wait for a few seconds and we should be seeing our logout screen. So you should be seeing only XFCE session. So again, thanks for watching. Peace out. So I'll be posting 2 videos daily. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. Other than that, thanks for watching. Peace out.